Greetings, my great people of Merciful Truth platform. It's your boy, your humble boy, Prince J. CARR. I did not have no idea of coming live today, but I've told you guys that when there's a cause of distraction, so you see me on, because I always be there for you guys. I've always and I'll always be there. Well, I came live today based on certain things, and I never want you guys to be distracted because I've told people that no matter how little this platform is, this platform will always keep you guys informed and going. I was online on Eric Dato's show, which I tried calling him. We are brothers, so I tried calling him to talk to him, but I'm very happy for what he has done, and I was waiting for his show to finish. Let me educate some of his viewers, and I will keep the show on, and I will ask us to build the audience while the show is going on, and I will hold him down today on one word, and he will know, Merciful Truth people, we don't mix words. Yeah, we don't mix words, because before what he's trying to do, we have tried to do, and we know many people will be involved. Before him came into the revolution, we have been there, and we have always been there to keep the truth and make this revolution go further. Now, my people of Merciful Truth, there has been a lot going on in this revolution, which most of us don't want to talk because we want the revolution to go ahead. And I choose this my little precious time to come online to talk to some of you because there are so many controversial issues out there. And it's not about how much we are, but it's about how focused we are. The focused we are, the more determined and the more we'll push ahead for victory. The first thing I would like to say is there is no ghost town on Tuesday. We have ghost town tomorrow, but there is no ghost town on Tuesday. Yeah, we will struggle to push for unity, but unity should be done in a constructive and in an understandable way. We have seen notes coming out from other groups, and we have seen a note coming out from the interim government. Now, we have seen that the interim government has what is called a reconciliational council, which is struggling to bring other parties together. And now this reconciliational body, you saw Bohabet has been there and others. If there had to be a 2-day ghost town, which another group is coming up with, then the other group should have met the interim government, then they sat down, they talk, and then they decide to come up with it. But for now, we only have tomorrow ghost town, which is going to be effective. I think I've passed that news, and I'll come back to it maybe later on. Now, I really wanted my fellow comrade Eric. He's trying to hide up my name, not to call me. I've tried to contribute to his show many times, but he knows when my voice goes on his show, many people get it. So now he doesn't pick my call because I always like telling them the truth. And I will keep this video on even if I sleep at 12 or at any time, no matter what time it's late. I'll keep this video on so I educate some people. And I'll be holding my brother Eric. He said he will sue President Sako. I've told him, and I'll still telling him, I'll tell him live and direct today. Before I said in my last video that what Sako has done, Siseko has done even more. It's because I know the implications of what Brado has done behind. And what Brado did behind, Brado did not do it for himself. Brado did it to preserve President Siseko's dignity. And I would like to tell him, and I would like to tell every Amazonian, if Eric don't sue President Sako, because he has said he will sue President Sako, but I know he will not. Because after that video he's doing, I don't like to mix words. I've told him that we have been there in the revolution before. After that video he's doing, they will call him behind and tell him that he should not go ahead. If Eric don't sue President Sako after that, know that it's because Brado is involved. And if he sues President Sako, Brado will get involved and Brado will call President Siseko's name. And President Siseko might have, I'm telling you, the role they play. I want to cool down because I hate half-truths. I hate half-truths. I've tried to caution my brother on many things, but the things is about just speaking. It's not about being loud on Facebook. It's not about getting audience. No. It's about knowing the deep and the truth of the matter and bringing the full truth. He's doing a good job. All those who have taken money, all those who have embezzled, be President Sako, be whoever in that group, should be called to order, because it is the people of Amazonian money. But at the same time, you're bringing the truth. Don't make people to be distracted, because the more we keep calling on my trip to Boya, the more you want to push hard on Sako, the more you make the revolution and the quest for people to contribute, not to go further. You spend hours coming online every day, thinking that you want to vindicate, you want to hold one person to justice, forgetting that there's a thing where the kill person, the start now for yourself. Before you want this other person, say move dirty for your eye. First check your own eye. Yes. First check your own eye. First check your own eye. When you come online, some of you have seen Mark Barata trying to do a dirty comment. May I call people's name because I'm not the fear person? No, I'm not the fear person. You see my brother trying to do some dirty, say merciful, this merciful. When you want to speak the truth, speak the direct truth. Speak the direct truth. The problem we have today was because of the orders which Seseko left behind, Seseko's transactions he left behind before going to jail. That's the problem we have today. That affected the Secretary of Finance duties towards President Sako. And this is the bad thing we have in this revolution. This is a bad thing we have in this revolution. You come online and you think I will put President Sako's dignity before 8 million Amazonian people. I cannot. If President Sako is wrong, I will call, please share this video before I even start talking. Let's build the audience. Let's really build the audience. Let's build the audience. All right, let's build the audience. I want to explain to you. So I would have done this show maybe in another fresh day, but I'll continue it any day I'm free. I'll come live again and educate most of you why I made that comment that any wrong President Sako has done, Seseko has done it more. Because if they want to hold President Sako down, many members of President Seseko's IG will go down. We'll instead shoot ourselves on the leg. And I'll explain most of it to you. If you want to say you want to go to President Sako, you want to hold President Sako wrong. The wrongs President Sako did, which some of you are seeing now, was not constructed by him. I'm not supporting him. No, I'm very truthful to the revolution. But if they like, I'm giving Eric Tato and the what he's doing, I'm giving them 10 days. If Eric don't sue President Sako, that means he knows the truth and is hiding the truth. I'm giving him 10 days. Keep this word for me. If you want to doubt me, I don't speak too much. Maybe he thinks before he wants to do what he's doing. We already knew many things. I'm giving him 10 days. Merciful Truth platform, you're 141 watching me before the audience is going on. Write this on your Facebook. In 10 days, if Eric doesn't sue President Sako, then you will know what is happening. I'll come back and say it. In 10 days, I've never given people days. I've been giving people days to resign. But I'll give them 10 days. In 10 days, Eric don't sue President Sako, then you will know what is happening. Let me first of all tell you guys one thing. Do you know that the Amazonian Foundation was not paying tax? Do you know that? Do you know the Amazonian Foundation wasn't paying tax? Brado wasn't paying tax to Amazonian Foundation? I just looked them. Look, he just talking. I've told him if he look, he wants to shoot. And do you know, because Amazonian Foundation wasn't paying tax, if me myself, Prince Jeka, where I would have sued Brado long time ago. But it's because Amazonian Foundation wasn't paying tax. And if I sue Brado today, most of you were contributing in that Amazonian Foundation, and in it, most of you, you'll be called by the FBI for investigation. How were you contributing to that foundation when it was not paying tax? Anything is, you don't just come online and make a noise. You don't just come online because you're an activist. I've told them, if you want to start speaking truth, go to the direction where the truth is. Go to the direction where the truth begins. Don't come online and you're speaking half truth. I've told them, look, I don't know, but Amazonians were very confused. Some of you are confused, but he thinks he's smart. I've given him 10 days. 10 days. If he doesn't sue Sako, then that time, you know that this Merciful Truth platform, we are few, but we know what is happening. 10 days, if you don't sue President Sako. Brado wasn't paying the Amazonian Foundation tax in America. He wasn't paying no tax. And that made it in such a, because of what? Because of the contract which Seseku left with the chief of staff, Yambe, with George O'Brien, the 1 million deal contract. Uchemba, please wait. He wasn't paying tax because of the deal. Some of you, I called a white man. There is a white man which they had a deal with, because I told you guys in the time when Seseku was president, some people, that's why when we do this, why is it causing people distraction? But I feel so pity for Ambazonians, because those who are supposed to say it is because they want to cover one back or the other. There's a white man in this revolution which Seseku, our president, had to use for diplomacy. That white man was based in America, working with the same firm with the chief of staff of then Seseku's interim government called Yambe. The white man's name is called John O'Brien. Seseku promised him that he's going to pay them $1 million through that firm. Through that thing, Stubborn Young Brother wasn't paying tax. And if we have to sue any person in the government, all those who contributed money into that into that Amazonian Foundation and Braintree will be called up by the American government. If Eric doesn't sue President Sako in 10 days, then I've told him they should stop speaking half truth. I've never given activists, but I've told activists I'll start coming from them one by one. If he doesn't sue President Sako in 10 days, I'll come back and ask that why did he not sue him? My friend, don't call me thief. I'm not a thief. Do you see me? I look good. Do I live on your money? Do you know what a thief is? A thieves are those who live on your money. Have you ever heard I steal from people? No. Have you ever seen me online asking 100? Have you ever seen me collecting money? The money I join people to collect, that's Mark Barata. Ask him how much you have collected for NAC. When you come online, control your words. If you don't control your words, I block you off my page. I don't beg people to watch me. I like people who are very constructive, because if I want to alter, ask. I've never asked 100 for Ambazonians. No, I don't. You have never seen me ask from you. Look at me, I'm looking well good. I don't beg. I will tell you that I'm a very proud, let me not put proud because some of you misuse it. I'm humble, but when it comes to myself, I don't beg. I've suffered in life, but I don't beg. I make my life alone. If you look at me very well, I don't like showing off. That's why you don't see me coming up to do videos. You see me putting on suits. No. It's just of recent you see me even putting on. I like coming online with t-shirts because there are people who are suffering. I cannot be coming up putting an expensive shirt for 200, 300, 400 euro and my people are in the bush suffering. Okay? So when you come online, you can't thieves. Control your word. If you don't do that, I block you off my page. I'm here to educate Ambazonians. All of us who want the truth. We are angry of those who have eaten money. I tried calling him on his Facebook show, but he blocked it. You think I don't have a Facebook? I have a Facebook. And the thing about my Facebook is once I start saying the truth, the people who come, I have a Facebook. I tried calling him some fake profiles on his Facebook. No, don't pick Prince J. call. But I told him what to, and please, if you're watching me, please do build the audience. Click, share, please. Let's get to 300 people. Let's get to 300 people. My people, let me tell you one thing in the revolution. I will take maybe one hour to educate, to talk the truth to you guys. Then I will look for another day. I will come live and I tell you guys everything. See, the one bad thing that happened to our revolution was the matter of trust. Okay? Was the matter of trust. When this revolution started, we never knew some people had their own agendas set in place. Everybody which was in the interim government by then believed that all of them were in the interim government had the same spirit. That's why you see in President Sarko's government, he did not change the Secretary of Finance. No. I've repeatedly said here that in any person, when you take over a government, you change your finance, it's because all of them had trust. But those trust is when the enemies used it to betray most of us. Now, they laid down principles. That's why you see most activists, I asked activists, I said, why do you see President Seseku insisting in the meeting that most of the members which he put in the government, that President Sako sacked, should be reinstated? Why? Because there was a late principle he put down, which those late principles, he has done a breach of contract. The contract which he did with the company in America to do for diplomacy was a breach of contract, because after he went to jail, the contract wasn't continued, and the company can sue him tomorrow for the contract. And what was the contract? The contract was that 1 million should be paid for diplomacy. 1 million should be used by the said company, which Chief of Staff Barrister Eyambe is part of the company, to run for diplomacy. That's why when President Sako came in and decided to go for self-defense, all the members of the President Seseku cabal was very angry because the contract which President Seseku left behind could not continue. Now, I've told Eric that if you want to start coming that you want to speak truth, you need to start from Seseku. If you want a financial vindication upon the revolution, as some of you are doing, don't come and start with President Sako. Don't think that most of us don't like truth, or I'm saying it because of President Sako is from. No. If you want truth for the revolution, start with President Seseku. Ask President Seseku that why did he do a 1 million deal with let Chief of Staff Barrister Eyambe come online and tell us that what was the plan for the 1 million deal they did with George O'Brien, which Chief of Staff Barrister Eyambe is part of the company. That's what you should do. You don't need to just come on your Facebook because you think you can. They have washed your brain. Say no, you have 1,000 people watching you. You can come and you say anything. And no, I've told you that Ambazonians are wise. Ambazonians are wise. It's because of the deal which President Seseku left behind with Chief of Staff Barrister Eyambe for the 1 million contract with John O'Brien that made President Sako stop diplomacy and started with self-defense. Let's stop bringing half-truth online. Let's stop it. Let's stop bringing half-truth. And when you start saying on your live show, because that's what I wanted to call you, refuse. Welcome, Prince Fohanji. No, let me see here what they have said. 90% of you activists now spend from Monday to Sunday talking about one group and another. Well, Prince Fohanji, we are not talking. Me, I don't talk about groups. I'm here for the suffering people. And that's why you see in my live show, if you go to my very live show, my humble journalist, I've always said it in my live show that the same error which Seseku did is the same error which President Sako did. And if we have to forge ahead for the revolution, my humble journalist, is that we need to forget about the errors which these people did and we move on. That's why you see I came up with a movement called Watana Wata Movement, which will mobilize youth to continue. But when you see this, my fellow brother Eric, thinking you can destroy one person and leave the other, then you make Ambazonians stupid. You can never destroy thinking you can move Sako from being president and then Seseku is there. No. Because Sako only did the opposite of what Seseku did. You understand? And then when you come now, let me first finish with it. And this please, Ambazonians, please click share. Click share, please. Let's build the audience. Click share. Let's get to 300 people. This is a discussion which I want you all to know. Let's build. Thank you very much, my humble journalist. This show, I'm doing it for my people of Merciful Truth and for all Amazonians. See, it is high time we need to forget about this Seseku and Sako issue. I've told you all, he did a one good thing, which I loved, which Eric said. Go back to your counties and support your counties. Go back to your counties, support your counties. Support your counties. The counties are independent bodies ruling. But if we want to start going on the basis of Seseku and Sako, then we'll delay our revolution. You understand? If we want to go on the basis of Seseku and Sako, then we'll delay our revolution. Because if you look on the agenda, President Seseku by then was being based in Nigeria. And his whole agenda then was very good because Nigeria doesn't support self-defense. He was being resident in Nigeria. That's why the DOD, many of you did not know about the DOD. And that was the basis which La Republique used to deport President Seseku to which he was secretly deported. You understand? That was the principle because in Nigeria don't support self-defense. So he had to only go for diplomacy. As a lecturer in the American University in Nigeria, and being part of the university which his proprietor of the university was a great politician in Nigeria, knowing most political people, Seseku had to go for the option of diplomacy because self-defense will have him put at a very, very bad position in Nigeria because his boss which is Atiku Abubakar, was then planning to run for a presidential election, and not only that, has a great reputation in Nigeria. So President Siseko could never stand for self-defense, so he chose diplomacy. That's why you see most of these diasporans and these their leaders who are supporting him today then said diplomacy cannot give us. In that diplomatic approach, President Siseko wanted to prove all of them that he was wrong, that they are wrong. So he launched a deal with the George O'Brien group, which Chief of Staff Barrister Yambe was there. 1 million deal. 1 million deal for Ambazonians funds. That 1 million will give Ambazonian independence through diplomacy. That's winning international recognition, trying to talk to other diplomatic people through his spring. That's why you see Siseko could go to any office I enter, and come out. Because from based on his schools and his proprietor and his political connections, he could go in. And that's why the only defense group they called DOD was done secretly. Now, when President Sako came in, the money was too much, which today's Eric Tato is not talking about it. President Sako said, oh, 1 million which they had to pay to George O'Brien. If we have to put 2 million on self-defense, then self-defense will take us to Boya. That is when the group which President Sako had, that's when the problem started. Because the vision of President Siseko was breached by the vision of President Sako. That is where the trouble began. The vision of President Siseko was to win Ambazonia through a diplomatic push. The vision of President Sako was to win Ambazonia through self-defense. Because President Siseko could not launch self-defense in Nigeria because Nigeria will hold him accountable. But President Sako could launch self-defense in America because it's a human right. Because it is a human right. That's just the problem. Now, when we come online and we are saying, some people say I'm tribalistic. It's like I'm saying this because I want to cover Sako. No. All of them did their wrongs. I'm putting this out. All of them have done their wrongs. And that's why you see President Sako came out and said, anything that has gone wrong with the revolution, he should be held accountable. Now, the only thing we can do to move ahead is to forget about these people and go ahead. Now, I asked that how many of us in this revolution have never ever held the amount of money which has been raised there? We all have seen, most of you in Europe. Now, Eric said he will sue President Sako. I said no. If Eric doesn't sue President Sako, if Eric doesn't sue President Sako in 10 days, those of you who are telling me I'm tribalism, I'm very happy. Some of you think I'm stupid, especially those of you who are who contributed into my trip to Boya. You will know that I'm saying this for your good very soon. I've given Eric 10 days, and those who said they will sue President Sako, then you will know that what I'm saying here has a very deep root. Because of the contract because of the contract which Siseko did with George O'Brien, which Brado knows and Chief of Staff Eyambe knows, my trip to Boya was not paid tax. Do you know the interim government has not been paying tax in America? Do you know the interim government has not been paying tax? Some of you are just coming here running your mouth tribalism. I just look you and laugh. Tomorrow you see the FBI. Tell Eric to launch that case. The first person they will pick is Tabenyang. Tabenyang was the one which was running the interim government. He knows everything. The first thing. Tell him to launch this thing. When they go and meet President Sako, you will say, I had my secretary, the secretary wasn't paying taxes. Ask Tabenyang Brado why was he not paying taxes for the interim government. Ask. Some of you just come online and run. And if you have not been paying tax, all of you who contributed in my trip to Boya, your accounts will be investigated. All of you who contributed. So you shoot your leg in the leg as you're running. Comment against tribalism now. Are you not commenting tribalism again? Some of you think, they say common sense not be common. Common sense is not common. He wants to go and sue President Sako, but forgot that his own brother did not pay tax. And why the Tabenyang did not pay tax? Because of the deal with President Siseko had with John O'Brien. Why don't you comment tribalism again? Your mouth now is short. Your mouth is tight. You cannot talk again. because they were giving you half truth. They were giving you half truth. We instead end up shooting ourselves on the leg. We instead end up shooting ourselves on the leg, and cause we instead make many people to run away. Because of what? Self-greed and wanting to be on top. No, that's the truth, my brother Ennis Fritz. That is just what I've been telling my brother Eric. I said, let's forget about these people, because if you want to try to go for Sako, the mistake Sako did was something which Seseku laid down. The mistake which Sako did, whatever you see, the failure of Sako was caused by Seseku. I've said it, because Seseku's vision was different from Sako's vision. But those who Seseku employed wanted to make sure that Sako worked under Seseku's vision by all costs. Somebody said, I'm not trying to confuse you. Try and see. Try and see. I've given you 10 days. 10 days. If that letter, if we don't hear that Ambazonian president is in court in 10 days, call me a fool. Call me a fool. And that's the day I want to know if Eric has been saying you sue people. He tried doing Tapang. I begged him not to. But this one is my personal friend. I've given him 10 days. If he doesn't finish that live video he was doing, and then his brothers call him and tell him you cannot do that thing because your own people will be implicated, then call me that I'm not Prince J.CARR. I've been in the revolution now. If he doesn't finish that live show that he's ranting on top, which he reject my call, and his people don't call him and tell him that don't go there because you shoot your brothers on their own leg, then call me that I'm not Prince J.CARR. Never watch me again. They know everything I've said here today is lies. I don't like talking too much. That's why I've said let's forget about this, because it was a mistake which started from Seseku. And it's because of where he was living. Where he was in Nigeria, he too is not supposed to be blamed. Let's stop all these blame things and continue to push our revolution. It's not about my trip to Boya. It's not about anything, but it's about our focus and our determination. Our brothers have been lost in jail. That's what we should be fighting about. Our brothers have lost, they are no more. We are not seeing 300 of our brothers in jail. That's what we should be concentrated about. That's what we should be pushing about now, and galvanizing money to see how we can get more things. You will not come online and you think like you want to bring one person down. Eric, you cannot bring one person down. If you have to bring Sako down, you will bring Seseku down, even if you go to court. Yes. If you want to bring Sako down, you will bring President Seseku down. That's the simple. Get that today and take it anywhere. I'm your young man, but the vision and the wisdom God bless me is greater than the one they impacted in you in school. All of you activists, and maybe some of you, I'm baby young, but the wisdom, the natural wisdom in me is greater than all the education you learned in school. And I'll watch you if you don't go and do that lawsuit. Then you know that time that I might be small, but I see it. First, go and ask your brother. Call Brado and ask Brado if he was paying taxes. Call him before you go and launch a lawsuit, because that's what that one you will go to jail. Before you want to go and lawsuit, call Brado and ask Brado that was he paying taxes. Call him before you go and launch a lawsuit as you're heading to go and sue people, sue America, sue. All of them have to be held accountable. All of them. All of them have to be held accountable. Why was Brado not paying taxes? Why did the interim government not ask Brado why was he not paying taxes? Why was he not called up to? Those things you need. Why did Brado not have, if it's, I've forgotten that document, that's ISS or what document, that proves that we are running our distance. Why has Brado not gone for that document up till now? Those are things you need to ask. We don't come online and we are just shouting, oh, President Sako, 300,000, and President Seseku this. I've told you cannot call Brado's name without calling Seseku's name. Because Brado acted on the decisions and the things which Seseku left before he went to jail. You can never call Brado without calling Seseku. Let's stop shooting ourselves in the leg. When you say supporting thieves, I don't know if you're a fake Facebook, you come online and say supporting thieves, I will block you. I'm not here for a joke. My face is out there. Your own is not. If you dare just do that nonsense and come on my Facebook, say, blocking thieves, I block you out. I block you one time. What I'm saying here, I'm telling you the truth. And it's because my brother Eric Tato did not give me the privilege to say it. I would have told him because he doesn't know. He has been politically brainwashed. He doesn't know. He doesn't know that the error President Sako is doing is the error which was laid down by Seseku. Yes. That's why I said the same error President Sako has done is the same error Seseku did. And it was because of their difference in domicile. Their different places of living. It's because of their different places of living. Nigeria, when then President Seseku was there, did not support self-defense. America, which President Sako is, supports self-defense. Now, when you come to my place, it's like, you think I don't want people to be held for embezzlement. No, Southern Cameroonians. That is another trick of La Republic. When some of you come, I understand your passion. Even most of my friends are saying thieves, Prince J.K., you are supporting thieves. No, don't get me wrong. That's why I want you to invite many people. Please don't get me wrong. Don't think that because I'm standing against Eric, is that if President Sako stole money, he should not go in. No, I don't do that. Merciful Truth Platform will not do it. If any day President Sako is found guilty, he will quit that chair. It's not his father's chair. With Ambazonian, in my own philosophy, I've said it that the first law that should be passed in Ambazonia is a law against tribalism. But what I'm trying to say here is to preserve all those who contributed in my trip to Boya. What I'm trying to say here now is to preserve all those. It's going to be a pain that after you contributed your money in my trip to Boya, and then tomorrow you come and find out that the Secretary of Finance for my trip to Boya wasn't paying tax and the American government is on your door. You understand? That is what I'm trying to do. First of all, before you want to start attacking any person, you have to preserve your people. The people who paid money into that place. You cannot go and contribute $10,000 into my trip to Boya, and then the Secretary of Finance wasn't paying tax. And then you think we have been here, Watana Wata movement was planning a demonstration in front of Tabenyang? Yes. Watana Wata movement, America Command were planning a demonstration. We were called in by an elderly person that said, you cannot demonstrate in front of Tabenyang because Tabenyang did not pay tax. He said Tabenyang did not pay tax. And if you go in front of Tabenyang house to go and demonstrate, the police will come there. And the police will come with a small paper. And they will ask you, why are you demonstrating here? One or two people will be they'll ask them, they will talk. And once they talk and say this man was doing this, they will launch an investigation. And once the American government launch an investigation and realize that Tabenyang has not been paying taxes for the interim government, not only him will go down, many people, including those who have been contributing, will go down. So now the first question should be, why did Tabenyang wasn't paying taxes? What made him not to pay taxes for the interim government? What made Tabenyang not to be paying taxes? Now, when Eric Tato comes and said you sue President Sako, once you sue President Sako, you sue all Ambazonians and those who have been paying, who have been contributing. Once you sue President Sako, you sue all Ambazonians. I've told you time without number, like my brother. I've said, leave this thing and let's move on. You look at me as if I'm small. You come online every day singing this thing. I've told you the failure we had today started by President Seseku and because of his where he was resident. I've told you that. I've told you the problem we are facing today is based on President Seseku and where he was resident. President Seseku could not launch self-defense in Nigeria because Nigeria will not accept it based on his status as a professor and where he was lecturing, his proprietor and his boss's place. He could not launch it there. And that's why Nigerian and whoever, they use that motive to deport him back to Cameroon, which they are struggling today to get him back. I told you that. And because of that, that's why he went for diplomacy, which most of these people who are pushing you today, including this ADF, never supported it. I told you that. I've sang it to you. And that's why you did not pick up my call. And which I'm not worried. I have a Facebook. I can come and say it here anytime. And because of that, President Sako had to take the opposite view, knowing well Look, Southern Cameroonians, if you love this, don't need to attack me. If you love me, if you love this thing I'm saying, don't need to attack me. You know people you need to call? I don't know whether you know about Chief of Staff Barrister Yambe. I don't know that. Let's talk. Do you know Chief of Staff Barrister Yambe? Don't need to attack me. When you come and say me, I'm a liar, I'm a thief. Let's be realistic. We can go. Wata movement, we are starting it already. We can launch it here. And we're already doing it. We can do an operation. Do you know Chief of Staff Barrister Yambe? You has never spoken to on us on Facebook. Can we start by calling Chief of Staff Barrister Yambe? Can we start by calling Chief of Staff Barrister Yambe? Let him come and talk to people? Because some of you is like, because if you want to go again, I block you because some of you don't even have Facebook. I've seen some kind of fake people coming here now because they find out what I'm saying. It's true. If you want, we should start by that. If you know Chief of Staff Barrister Yambe, who runs the fame, I can bring out the fame. The fame which the deal was done for $1 million US. I can bring it out. For diplomacy. For Ambazonian money to be used in diplomacy. When you want to come and attack me, don't start on me. I'm telling you the truth. On which I told my brother Eric Tato, let's not speak half truth. Speak full truth. Speak full truth. The attack is coming on President Sako today because Seseku left a breach of contract. Seseku breached a contract which he had with the George O'Brien's company, which Chief of Staff Yambe is part of. That's why I see the attack is coming today. Because they had the agreement of $1 million. That's why some money was even paid when my Boya was launched to that same company, about $15,000. When you come online and people are talking, and that's why I've told even my brothers and activists, I said, all these fathers have failed, they have made us angry. But it's because of the situation at a particular place. It's because of a situation. They were all caught up in the hook. Why those who were working under President Seseku wanted President Sako to continue with what Seseku left. Now you should ask President Sako that why did he not continue what Seseku left? It's because of the amount of money. If we have to take $1 million to give to an American company, that $1 million, can he not do a lot of ground zero? That's when the vision of the both presidents diverted. That's why those who attended the meeting with President Seseku, President Seseku was keep repeating, telling President Sako that dissolve your government. And why were you removing people of my government? If the meeting is there on record, I don't speak to you because I'm stupid. I'm saving us for not shooting ourselves in the leg. Because if we shoot ourselves in the leg, America doesn't play with tax money. America doesn't play. If we shoot ourselves in the leg, and all those who have been contributing in this revolution since from the days of Ambazonian Foundation, then we are instead causing more harm. And that is where my brother Eric Tato is going to. Saying going to sue President Sako and the American government, they'll go into archives. We are not in Cameroon. Everything is computerized, has technology, has everything. They will go there, follow up everything, and they will realize many things. And indirectly, we'll start. You know what it means to owe taxes? So whether you think that I'm there to, if they are members of the audit, if they find President Sako unworthy and truthful, let them eject him out. If President Sako finds himself unworthy, if you find him unworthy, let him be ejected. But when you come online and you say you want to sue him, I'm still saying it here. Please share this. Copy this part tomorrow. If Eric doesn't sue President Sako, then mark this word I'm telling to you. I'm just laughing. They will call him after that show he did, and they will tell him, if you sue President Sako, know that Tabenyang brother will go down, and many people, including those who contributed into the Ambazonian Foundation, will go down. Mark this what I'm telling you today. Whether you call it tribalistic or what, it's because of lack of trust. We have ended up shooting our own brothers in the leg because of greed. Are you getting me? We have ended up shooting our own brothers. That's why I always repeat to you the word of the madman. He said, Englishman only succeed because of a brother. So that's just it. It's earlier we learn our lessons and move on. It's earlier. Because why you see my chief to be becoming a failure is because President Sako did not continue in Seseku's footstep. Get that right. Why you see my trip to Boya is a failure. It's not for anything. It's because President Sako did not continue in Seseku's footstep. They wanted that what Seseku left from jail, it's what Sako should have continued. With a 1 million deal with George O'Brien, which Chief of Staff Barrister Ayambe is part of the group. That is where they wanted President Sako to continue. Then President Sako said, no, I cannot continue in a 1 million deal, whereas we can take that 1 million to a defense. That's where the breach started. Now, those who were appointed under President Seseku's group, they said, no, we already have a deal with these people, and the deal was going. The man made a call. George O'Brien called Mama Irene Ngwa, the coordinator of my trip to Boya, and told him that I hope you know your president has a deal with us. He said it. He said, I hope you know your president has a deal with us. So you have to continue. Mama Irene said, who are you? I cannot continue. That's when they launched self-defense, which we are doing today. And that's what brought the counteraction between what Seseku's agenda was and what Sako's agenda is. That's what brought division in the aspect of liberating Ambazonia, because those who work under Seseku wanted to continue with what Seseku left, and Sako needed people that will continue under his self-defense. That's why we are here today. You can call your brothers all other names, but there's one thing. Either you give up on the past mistakes and move ahead, or you keep shooting your legs on with the same bullet. It's very simple. I don't have much time. I just came here to tell you. Either you leave the past mistakes. They say when person continue to talk, say, I don't be millionaire, you know, go ever check, say, it don't broke. Get this pineapple right now for your forehead, for all Ambazonians. They say when person they always talk, say, I be millionaire. It no go no time where it don't broke, where it not even buy 2 rope slippers. Right now, the thing that happen for Ambazo. Please, no calls now. Please, no calls. No calls. So that's just it. We should stop shooting ourselves in the leg in the name of wanting to. Mr. Uchemba, please, I'm already done. It's not a long show. I'm hearing you saying I should add you. Mr. Uchemba, I'm sorry. I cannot bring you on. I'm already done. I'm going. I'm already done. I did not come online to. I just came online to tell my people of Merciful Truth and all those who are watching me that if Eric doesn't sue President Sako as he said, then you know it has a long chain. If you sue President Sako, the chain will follow many people and go right even to Seseko. That's what I'm telling you. So don't think that you want to do. We're not stupid. We all of us trusted each other, but they could not understand themselves. Understanding is what helps people grow. If you think you go and sue, once you sue President Sako, you not only involve Tabenya, I've still repeated, you involve all those who contributed to my trip to Boya, who are based in America. And if you don't sue President Sako, mark this, you are 420 watching me. I've told them age is not wisdom. Most of you are my elder people. You might see me very small, but the wisdom in me is from my ancestors. I'm very proud of it to tell you. What is in me is great. I don't do friends. I don't have friends with people that much. I listen to the old because they are wise. If Eric don't sue President Sako, they will call him. I've told him after that show, which he just did, they will call him and they will tell him that you cannot sue him because the chain is very long. If he sues President Sako, many Ambazonian citizens will go to jail. In America, many government workers, including Brado, and even President Seseku might have a problem when he's free from jail, if he has to go to America any day. If they don't tell him this, they never watch me, Prince J.K. again. If they don't tell him this, if that lawsuit don't come, if it doesn't happen as I've told you, then forget about Merciful Truth. Forget about this platform. But if he doesn't move on, know that I've told you the truth. That's all I had to say. So he can he doesn't pick my call. I don't care. They can go ahead, as I was seeing Mark Barata commenting on the Merciful Lights. They can go ahead. But there's one thing about lies. Never think that your own ways are always the right ways. I've always told Eric, he likes to always talk down on people. Never think that your own ways, your own thoughts, your own suggestions are the perfect suggestions. No. No. President Sako might have maybe must have misused money. But it doesn't lead for us to keep hitting hard on him. I asked you, some of you guys, a question here. I said, how much has President Sako used that Seko did not use? You guys, they have a two different vision. If President Sako was using diplomacy as President Seko was using, you will see President Sako flying everywhere. But President Sako is not using diplomacy, he's using self-defense. So you cannot see him flying everywhere. If he has 100, he will think of sending it to ground zero. So it's two different things. Now, if you're working on self-defense, like on diplomacy as President Seko was doing, all your money will be coming to Europe to buy lobbies, to look for lobbies. It was not under President Seko's leadership that they signed a contract with a law firm for them to start a law case. Was it not under? How much was that money? Was it not $30-something? Or is it $100? Which barrister, Professor Anyangwe went? Have we talked about that? Was it not diplomacy? Was it not diplomacy? Was it not under them? I've forgotten that company again. Which people, these agency people insulted us. These agency people were supporting President Seko. The video is down my wall. Agency people insulted me. Insulted me. What insult have I not taken? What insult? Was it not with this? I've forgotten the law firm. Which President Seko then? They gave that company, whether it's how many thousand US dollars? To start doing a case for Amazonia. We supported it. We stood by then with Cuckoo Blinks. We stood behind President Seko. All these agency people insulted us. We are going to waste money instead of buying this thing, sugar canes. 35K. Thank you, Fidelis Ambe. Now, President Sako came back and said, no, we cannot do this. Let's go to self-defense. The people who were under President Seko said, no, we must continue like that. Now we have a break in the middle. We have a crash in ideologies, a crash in what will liberate our people, a crash in differences, a clash in understanding, and that's why we are here. And then you want to start again. You hear my brother Eric Tato saying, I'm going to sue President Sako. Foley Hawk, thank you. You're going to sue him? You sue him, you only shoot us on the leg. The only solution is that we forget about these things. Start a new thing which we have gotten. County by county. Go to your counties. We're already doing great in the counties. Activists are involved. You have Paul Nilong. You have Eric Tato Emmanuel pushing it there with Ashu Kingsley. You have Mark Barata who is pushing it his own in the NAC. You have Prince Jeka in Fako. You have others in Boyo. You have Yannick Sikot there. My fellow youths, wake up and push it. Forget about the agendas of the past because it will only destroy the future. Once you start thinking only about your past, I was a millionaire, you will never see. That's why you see people like Dangote said, he doesn't look about how much he has in the bank. He looks about how much he wants to work in the future. That's life. You cannot say I was a millionaire in 2010. Who are you now? That is what is killing Amazonians. And that's what La Republique is using fake Facebook every day to use to destroy, to come and destroy that focus. Because we're only talking about my trip to Boya. Yes, it is there. But the right time to talk about those things is only after victory. You cannot be in the process of fighting a war to victory. Then you start thinking about your mistakes. It's like a football player in the field thinking that he has missed a penalty, so it's the end of the match. You cannot be in the middle of a battle and then you're thinking that, no, I need to check about this and that. By then the enemy is coming. It's like a football player in the field. No matter the penalty you lose, you seem always focused to make another goal to counteract that penalty. That's a football match. You cannot be in the middle of a war and they're killing your people, your brothers, and 300 people have disappeared in jail, and then you're talking about going to sue a president in court, which will lead to the arrest of many Amazonians, which will lead to the destruction of our revolution, which will lead to the restraint, and then you say we are moving together? No, my brother. Think more. I tried calling you on your Facebook, you did not think, but I've told you it's not about age, it's about wisdom, it's not about educational wise. We cannot be in the middle of things and we are distracting ourselves with finance. President Sako has done wrong. President Seseko has done wrong. It's because they had different lines of agenda. President Seseko was diplomacy. President Sako was self-defense. Diplomacy deals with abroad. Self-defense deals with ground zero. All of them deals with money. They have done their own. Now we have a new thing God has given us, county by county. Why don't we concentrate? County by county has brought the heat. If it was only diplomacy, we would have failed. If it was only self-defense, the hurricane, which President Chris said, has not come, apart from the one that we are preparing now. All the agendas of these people have failed us. People are dying every day, and then you come online, you're talking about suing people, taking people to court. That's a distraction. That's a distraction. And Amazonians are there, happy. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You just look yourself, shooting yourself with the same bullet on your leg. You cannot read the message on the wall. You cannot read the handwritings of your dead brothers who have died, of the spirits of those who have lost, and said, no, I see the future. We tried diplomacy under President Seseko, it did not go. We tried self-defense under President Sako, and everything, they said hurricane and it wasn't shaking. Now we have county by counties, which has come up with the ideologies of a great activist. Let's focus on counties. We see the smoke coming out everywhere. We see how people doing things. Let's get down to it and do it right. You want to start going to shoot your fellow brothers who contributed from their heart suffering on a sue? Go and sue them and see if they will not start with you. Go and sue them. You just open your dirty asses over in the public. Go and sue them. It's not about coming online to talk. Go and sue them. I've told you, forget about this thing. When we get to Boya, when we win, we'll ask all of these people. It's only after victory that a manager of a football team brings all his players down and said, you did wrong. You had to pass the ball to this. You had to kick the penalty well. You had to kick the free kick well. It's only after a football match. You never see a football coach during a football match comes in front and tell the player, why did you miss this penalty? No, you never see that, because psychologically, he wants that player stable, because he believes that no matter the error that player did, that player might have the victory for that football game. That's a revolution. Now you are causing. Activists are like coaches. Activists, our job is there to educate our people, to build the morale of our people. Activists, our job is not there to point some fingers. We can point 1 or 2 times, but not that much. Don't take it like a point of distraction. Don't take it like a point of distraction. We don't need to. Activists are like coaches for the revolution. They're like football coaches. They point 1 or 2 wrong when it's necessary, and they let it go. Then when the activists point the 2 wrong, it's like the break period, like the halftime of a football match, which the players goes and meet the coaches, and then the coaches tell them, okay, you were doing this wrong. You were doing this wrong. You were doing this wrong. You have to adjust yourself. You have to do this. You have to do that. That is the period. Once you do that once, it's okay. We continue. But when you come every day, no, you do wrong. You are psychologically destabilizing the victory of that cause. You are psychologically doing it. All of them have done wrong, but it's only after victory. Me, I might have done wrong. Eric might have done wrong. Mark Barata must have done wrong. Yannick Sikon must have done wrong. But it's only after victory. Then we said, why did we take this long? Let's call President Sako now. Let's call President Seseko now. And let's talk. Why did we take this long? Then you know you have already won. Then you already have your land. Then you already have your territory. Then you already have a government. Then you can call President Sako what name you want. Then you can tell him what he did wrong. But above all, You have vindicated yourself for victory. You have made yourself proud. So that is it. When you keep now trying to call your leg, then you know what you're doing? La Republique will only sit down and watch you and say, oh, I see somewhere to put in havoc. Call young people. Say, go in, create fake Facebook account. Launch into that place. Encourage him to do the lawsuit. Encourage. La Republique is like the demon, like the Satan, waiting for opportunity. You know, even the Bible says it. It says Satan is moving to and fro, seeking for whom to destroy. La Republique is moving to and fro, looking for the mistake of Ambazonians to take it as an opportunity to destroy. Now, when you come up and say, oh, let's sue President Sako, La Republique say, yeah, that's good. If we sue them, they will know that this is what is going to happen. Let's go in. Not that it is not right to sue him if he's wrong. Not that it's not right to take them if it's wrong, but it is right to do it only after you have had victory. It is right to do it only after you have had victory. It is right to do it only after you have had victory. Get your victory, then you can go for anything else. Not now. It's because of this distraction that you see bars. Brigade Anti-Sardina woke up and told you guys that, come and join me. Because you bring irrelevant issue when victory is at stake. I think our plight now should have been how to launch demonstrations for the fact that our brothers are missing in jail. Misplaced priorities is what is causing some of us delay in this revolution. President Sako is always there. He will never run, except they take him from this revolution. All of these fathers are there. They will never run, except they take them. We will always be there with them till the day victory comes. But our brothers in jail have disappeared. What have we done? It's time we need to wake up for demonstrations. It's time we need to rise up and demonstrate. Not coming online to be singing one name. Your brothers will be somewhere saying, oh, let's hear. They were calling the international committees in jail. They say, UN, see our condition. Our brothers, diaspora, see us. See our life. Look at us. We are dying. We want liberation. They were calling on you. You haven't seen them for days. Instead, you do a show. You're calling on how to sue people, take people to jail. Whereas if you do that, your own fellow brothers, many of them will get implicated. Do that after when you have gotten your country. Despite their wrongs, redirect your people's focus. Get them to the counties. Motivate them to give. Because we must give the victory. That's what we need to do. Stand out, launch demonstrations. Call the United Nations. Take that videos of which those guys were doing in jail. Put it out. Call, get vans, get cinemas, which can use them to demonstrate. Let the world know. Let the world know. You instead take a whole live show talking about taking people to jail. What do we have? What misplaced priority? We don't have things to do. We have lost 300 of our brothers. Diaspora. Patan Kizala. I cannot say President Sako has not done wrong until we know. If I come here and say President Sako has not done wrong, it will be like I'm taking a side. Yeah, I can say that. So thank you all, Saudi Cameroonians. I believe you have learned. What Eric was doing is a good thing, but at the wrong time. I did not say it's not right to call whoever he wants to call. He was doing the right thing at the wrong time. There's a saying when we grew up in school, they say, there's a time for everything. There is a time to sleep, there is a time to eat, there is a time to wake up, there is a time to shower, there is a time for everything. Everything has a time. Every minute has a time. Don't do the wrong thing at the wrong time. Even your school teachers always tell you that. Those of you who wanna claim say wanna be John Book, Michael Kawulo them, those the way they go school. You never heard this statement? Everything has its time. Don't do the wrong thing at the wrong time. What Eric was doing there is the wrong thing at the wrong time, giving advantage to the oppressor. Let's do the right thing now. First of all, stand out for our brothers. Organize demonstration. It's summer. Thousands of us should launch a demonstration in front of the United Nations. Inform them. Watana Wata movement, get ready. Watana Wata movement, my youths, get ready. That's what we need to do. And then we need to start organizing correct sugar canes for our boys. As we are launching the demonstration, if we hear one of our youth is being killed, we take off. Things should be done quick. That's what we need now. If we hear one youth has lost their life in jail or whatever, we launch Operation Takeover over La Republique. That's what we need to be doing now. That's what we need to do. That's when the international community know we're serious. Not talking about going to take people to court. Yes, Tani, we need accountability. Tani Roran, we need it. But when we get to Boya, if you think you're not satisfied with this one that they have done, when we get to Boya, put out your anger there. Put out your stress. But not now, when you have 300 of your brothers lost out. Not now. Not now. Thank you very much, Saudi Cameroonians. And I brought it out to you. So let's stop this. And you will see Eric will not sue President Sako because these words I've told you, they will call him and tell him. They will. Get yourself focused. Let's get Watana Wata movement, please. We are mobilizing demonstration. I'm calling on all diasporans. You must not be a mother to join Watana Wata movement. No. You must not be a father. You must not be a youth. We are all youth mothers, everybody. See what is happening today. Which, through our revolution, anti-Sardinans, they are using it to do their own. Watana Wata movement, let's gather. We are calling on you all. We are calling on you. Let's all of us join together and do this demonstration. For our brothers in jail, all those videos, please send me. I already have a compilation of some. Let's get all those videos. Let's print CDs. Watana Wata movement, we need to make CDs. CDs, which we will share those CDs. We need to make thousands of CDs, burn them. As we are going to demonstration, we ship those CDs all over. When you go for demonstration, you share. We have many projects, Watana Wata. So please support. Call me, there'll be time we need tokens. Because we need to do this. Please. Thank you all and have a great day. Please, I'm not here to support anybody. I'm not here. I'm a neutral person. I'm neutral. I'm not here to say President Sako has done wrong or what. All of them, they just did a mistaken error. This one wanting his agenda to continue and this other one wanted to start his own new agenda. President Seseko's wanting his own agenda to continue and President Sako breaching the agenda of President Seseko. That's just where we find ourselves. So I don't want to go in whatever. That's the problem. President Seseko was on diplomacy, President Sako on self-defense. President Seseko wanted President Sako to continue with diplomacy, which that's where he left because he claims President Sako was under him. So President Sako has to do what he left behind since President Sako is acting. So we don't need to say that now. Let's concentrate on finding where our brothers are. What has happened to them, our 300 brothers in jail. Let's concentrate on demonstration. Let's concentrate on sending more sugar canes and popcorn back on ground zero. That's what we need now. Thank you all and have a blessed day wherever you are. Bye.